This is Chris Kell with just a quick overview of what the Lower Abs Revealed formula is all about. And I think when we talk about getting our abs, we always hear the term abs are made in the kitchen. So people always talk about nutrition and how it is, eating clean is the key to abs. And I definitely think that this is the number one thing. And when we're talking about revealing our stomach, we have to really kind of peel back all the layers of fat over that area in order to really look at that area. And so we see that the first thing we're looking at is body fat. So definitely we need to look at clean eating, regulating our body fat and that sort of thing is important. But we also see below, we also have bloating and gas. All right. And one of the issues that we see with a lot of our clients that, have an otherwise well-defined physique is that, they just seem to lack definition in their stomach. They're eating a lot of vegetables, they might be eating a lot of dairy and that sort of thing. And because these things create inflammation, gas, in their guts, we get sort of I guess a blunting of definition. We never really see the full potential of what they could be because they never stop eating these things. So it might not be that you are you're eating the wrong things. It just might be that you never change your diet long enough, or you never remove these. We need to look at the elements that could be creating this. And when we take these elements out, immediately your stomach flattens. Immediately within several days, you really start to see some really noticeable changes, and that's often an issue that most people really neglect. So that might be something that we could change immediately. So those are the first two things that we consider. Beyond that, for most people, the next one of the major things that's neglected is going to be position. Okay, and what I mean by this is the position of the pelvis and the spine. The problem is that when we're doing crunches, if my pelvis is tilted backwards, or I'm sorry, tilted forward because the front of my hips are tight, when I do a crunch, I'm going to hit my hip flexors, okay, versus my abs. Okay, when I don't possess full range of motion, I can only really strengthen the muscles that I have available in those limited ranges of motion. So if I'm doing a crunch this through maybe a couple degrees of motion, I'm gonna really hit a very limited degree of my stomach. Okay, and in that case, crunches might not be the best idea anyway. We also want to look at someone's spinal position. All right, when we have somebody with a large arch in their lower back, okay, so we call this, it's called a lordosis, or we call it kind of a badonkadonk butt, where somebody has kind of a big butt, we see a big arch in their back. Again, these are people whose hips are often tight. We see kind of a weakness in their abs just because they're positionally inhibited, meaning that, because they have their pelvis is tilted forward, they're never able to get into the alignment necessary in order to strengthen their abs. So a lot of the work that we do with our clients is just working on posture, stretching, kind of looking at our assessment process and how can we get in the right position in order to strengthen. So that's number two. Number three is control, okay? And a lot of people have just lost control of their abs, all right? Abdominal brace is simply tightening your abs to resist being poked in the gut, all right? And a lot of people, when they're doing these exercises, simply don't think about it at all. And really for me, it's the classic example is somebody that I asked to hold a plank and I ask them, where do you feel that, okay? And I really encourage anybody watching this video to try that. Hold a plank and for about 15 to 20 seconds and ask yourself, where do I feel this? Are you getting it more in your arms, more in your legs, or your lower back? Okay, if your abs are not working, if you don't feel that in your stomach, that means that we have inhibition in that area, and we need to learn to tighten our abs and tighten our butt to kind of turn these things on. It's really, really essential that we do this during exercise, or otherwise none of the things that we're gonna use hit the right areas. All right. The other thing is breathing, all right? Breathing is huge. And if, with a lot of our clients, we commonly see these stress breathing where they're breathing through their neck, we're kind of breathing through our shoulders, and we get a lot of tension in our upper body. Because we don't have full control of our diaphragm, or kind of our what we call our inner core muscles, again, we lack range of motion. Everything tightens up because, our ribs and our diaphragm are not moving correctly. So again, if we don't have this, we're not going to get strength in the proper areas, and we're never going to be able to reach the full physical potential that you could, all right? And that leads us to our fourth option, all right? Or number four on our list here. And those are strength and stability exercises, all right? These are our planks, these are our crunches. These are what we think about, okay, when we're doing traditional exercise. And these are what we call capacity exercises, because these are the ones that are going to get us the definition that we want. The key is, though, if we don't have these first three, this fourth one doesn't matter, okay? So that's the biggest thing, and that's what I want you to start thinking about, is that this Lower Abs Revealed idea is the idea of kind of addressing all of these things in order to get to this number 4. So while I'm all about, you know, getting a burn in your abs and kind of working on these things, we really have to address all of these in order to get the ultimate goal of this 6-pack, 8-pack, or whatever you're looking for. The beauty is, you know, it's never too late. It's just a matter of going through our assessment process, kind of looking at your diet, and we roll from there. But this is kind of the formula behind what we do, and allow me to welcome you to our program and kind of check out the website. Thanks again.